Hi friends, Crystal Rodenbaugh here with Tenfold Counseling Group. I'm here with my good friend Rachel Whitfield, and we are standing just off of Troost Avenue here in Kansas City, Missouri. There's obviously quite the history that takes place here on this street, which is why we're in this exact spot today with you. The turmoil of what is happening in our country right now is not lost on us, and we wanted to take a few moments and speak into that. Rachel, can you share with us where your heart has been over this past few weeks?
Yeah, my heart feels very heavy. I feel very scared. I'm scared that my family may be in a situation like this, with my husband in the passenger seat dying and my two kids in the back watching. I feel scared for my good friend's husband, who is also a police officer and an African American male in this country.
So Rachel's painted a picture for us that I think many of us can relate to. Fear is rampant. Darkness seems to be looming, and any time that we feel out of control, we seek to find those ways to be in control. When that comes from a place of fear, disconnection wins and unity seems impossible. But we're not okay with that, and we refuse to believe that this has to be our story. So while we understand that this is a systemic problem and can't be fixed overnight, we recognize that we all play a role. So Rachel, can you share with us a few things that we can all do to ensure that we're playing our part?
Sure. So we can pray. We can pray for each other. We can pray for those that are grieving. We can pray for our hearts and the hearts of those around us as we begin to have these hard conversations with each other. The next thing that we can do is start viewing each other as humans, regardless of our past or present circumstances. Maya Angelou said, in order to empathize, you have to accept that person is as human as you are. And empathy is a great way to begin hard conversations with each other. In response to Black Lives Matter, when someone says Black Lives Matter, it isn't implying that other lives don't matter. When someone replies with All Lives Matter, it's dismissive to a personal story or experience, and it's very hurtful and can shut down an open line of communication. Black Lives Matter was created to acknowledge that Black lives are valuable in response to them being taken without regard. So let's look at it this way. You and I are at a restaurant, we're eating, or we order our food comes out and I get a plate and you don't. And you say, where's my food? I'm hungry. And I say, Crystal, we're all hungry. We are both addressing a problem, but your problem is specific to you, and I need to empathize with that. We have a group of people who have been systematically discriminated against and oppressed for the last 400 plus years. And many of them are experiencing the most violent displays of racism they've ever experienced. In addition to that, we have another group of people who have been educated to believe that we are in this post-racial America for the last 20 plus years, and everyone is receiving the same opportunities and treatment. Opportunities have changed, but the form of oppression has also changed. That's why listening to those experiencing the oppression to seek understanding is vital to these conversations. Sometimes listening to seek understanding is a hard, eye-opening, self-reflective experience, but it's so important, and the goal is that it would cause the self-reflection. We have to take on the burden of the oppressed and advocate for them and be willing to have uncomfortable conversation with those around us. We have to be willing to understand and acknowledge that everyone isn't afforded the same opportunities and be willing to stand up for what's right.
Thanks, Rachel. I really appreciate that. So she's given us several specific action steps that we can all take. I just pray that we have the courage to follow through.
Yeah.
So now I want to thank you. Thank you for joining us here at Your Story Unfolded. And now I want to invite you. Will you join us in this challenge as we fight back this darkness? One friendship, one block, one city at a time.